Hello everyone, Timothy Defbaugh here, Data Protection Specialist here with Dell EMC out of Oklahoma City.
My name is Seth Novakovich. I'm a data protection engineer also out of Oklahoma City.
So in previous videos, we talked about the 4 pillars of data domain, our number 1 purpose-built backup appliance. We talked about the efficiency, the flexibility, the reliability, and we talked about cloud enablement, our cloud capabilities built into our data domain system. And we focused on cloud tier in our first video about our cloud capabilities and how a lot of customers are utilizing tape, writing to the backup server and then writing off the tape in order to actually achieve long-term retention. And of course, we talked about cloud tier, which is a gateway built into the data domain system that allows you to connect to the cloud for object storage capabilities. So Seth is going to continue and extend that conversation, not just for long-term retention, but for disaster recovery. Because Seth, from my understanding, we have a separate solution that achieves disaster recovery. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you. Basically, we have a lot of different options for disaster recovery. One of the basic and most fundamental versions we have is an extension of the data domain itself. As we said in one of the previous videos, we have a very flexible consumption model, and we were able to decouple the data domain software from the hardware appliance and make it virtualized. So one of the best ways and easiest ways to get disaster recovery in the cloud is leveraging the data domain virtual edition in the cloud in your infrastructure as a service, whether it's with Azure or whether it's with AWS. And that's run Data Domain Virtual Edition in here. Some of the capabilities built into Data Domain is you have replication, so you would replicate from this data domain to this data domain, and then in the event that you have a disaster, you can use this data domain to recover your data. It's a manual process if you do it this way, but coupled with whatever major provider or our data protection portfolio and the data domain, it allows you to have disaster recovery in the cloud. The previous cloud enablement, we talked about the long-term retention in the cloud, which isn't disaster recovery. So this is an example of a very simple way to have disaster recovery capabilities in the cloud. We have some additional capabilities, and we tie extremely well with VMware. So if you're leveraging VMware in your environment, we can do even more than what this is showing. But for this video's purposes, this is going to be the simplified version.
Awesome. So this is great. Obviously speaks to the value of data domain and why we are the number 1 purpose-built backup appliance in the industry, and why over 90% of Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies are using us today. So we have solutions that scale from SMB all the way to enterprise. So if you have any questions or want additional information on how we can help you to transition from using tape for long-term retention and disaster recovery onto a cloud-enabled solution, reach out to us and let us know. Timothy Defbaugh here, Data Protection Specialist, along with Seth Novakovich, Data Protection Engineer. We look forward to speaking with you guys soon.